Truth, really that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic, this truth be told. Only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the God Barber. I hope that you ready, keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told. Let's go.
Welcome back to season 12. This is your host, Real Deal, and this is my boy, the Godbar, man. We so excited to be back for this edition of Troof Be Told because it's pretty special. It's actually, Green, if you ask me, it's pretty near and dear to your heart, actually.
Yeah. It's going to be a big one here, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Season 12, bro. Bringing this thing in with a bang, baby.
Yeah. And
you see the shirt, don't you?
Oh, I absolutely see the shirt. I absolutely see the shirt.
Y'all see this shirt? Facebookers, y'all see this? Not Facebookers, YouTube.
Yeah.
Facebook and YouTube, all y'all. Y'all see this shirt? Yeah.
So EWC to EW, what is that?
I mean, El Waters College to El Waters University. When I went, it was just El Waters College. Now it's a university.
Is it a difference between the two?
Yeah. It's a big difference.
It's the same. I mean, they didn't move, did they?
Boy, it's a big difference. You hear me? It's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
I'm gonna tell you one difference.
Okay.
When I was there, we played in a middle school gymnasium. University got their own gymnasium.
Okay, that's a difference. So
I belong to states.
So what y'all is, the Panthers? What's that is over there?
Tiger, man.
Oh, okay.
Tiger, man.
Okay, EWC Tigers, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, Green. So here's the thing, Green, because what makes this episode so special, right? Is because you've talked a lot about EWC, right? You've mentioned about some of the stuff that went on there. You've talked about the good times. You talked about the bad times. You talked about things that you just didn't quite understand, right? But tonight, you also talked about one of our guests. The guest of honor tonight, you also talked about that guy. We've had many conversations about him, right?
Oh, man. Tonight is the night, baby.
Yeah.
Tonight's a night like Betty Wright.
So listen, man, let's just go ahead and jump right into it, man. Tonight, man, listen, we got a special guest tonight, man. He's actually, man, known as a man of many titles, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? He's been the athletic director. He's been coaching. I don't want to go through all the coaching lists, but he's coached. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I believe he got a degree in coaching too. And not only has he been, known as a great coach and an athletic director, but he's also been inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we give, so Green, I don't know what color jacket he got, but I just know he got a jacket. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, I want to give a warm welcome. This man has done so much for a lot of different student athletes around universities and colleges around. He's done a lot for the community. He's done a lot for the kids and the youth in our own community, our own backyard.
Yep.
Every year, no matter what, one thing I can always count on is that basketball camp. You know what I'm saying? So even my own kids have participated in it before I even known Crow personally. So I want to just bring him in, let him understand and know at the same time is that we are so excited to have you, and we are honored to have you on TBT. We can welcome Mr. Stanley Cromartie to the show.
Stanley Cromartie! Hey, look. Yeah, he dressed like Stanley Cromartie, professional.
Yeah.
But tonight, he going to be Crow.
He going to be Crow tonight?
Yeah, he Crow tonight.
So it's a difference, like EWC, EW. It's a difference.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a difference. It's different.
Yeah.
Crow.
Major difference.
Yes. I got one thing, before we start, I got one thing I want everybody to see. I want to make sure you see this. Make sure everybody see that.
Can I ask you a question, Crow?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to make that scroll?
That's crap for that.
That tape job on that tape job over there. Boy, I don't know what you were doing. Like you were taping somebody's ankles, boy, basketball camp.
Yeah.
Hey,
I had to do that too.
hey, I can't say, is it my fault we took this long?
Yes. Answer this question. He said, what took you so long, Green?
Well, I'm going to tell you, because I want to make sure when I get Crow on the show, it's going to be a good one because I want to make sure I celebrate Crow too.
Right.
Because Crow did a lot for me,
Yeah.
you know, and we're going to get into all that. But, you know, when I think about Crow, EWC, it was just too much going on in my head. I said, man, I don't know if it's gonna be the right time to bring Crow. I know Crow said one time how we had his son on the show, and he went on the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So now Crow on the show.
He on the show, man.
He on the show.
Hey, he here now.
He on the show, man.
Hey, Crow.
He on the show, man.
Since you're on the Crow, and this is the first thing we always ask, man. First of all, where you from? I mean, a lot of people out there in YouTube land may not know who you are. So let's tell the people where you from, Crow.
All right, well, like I said, I was born in Sarasota, but I moved to Palmetto in the 2nd grade.
Okay.
And I went to Ballard Elementary, then I went to Memorial. Then my family, we came over to Palmetto to stay with my grandfather, my mother's father, and he was blind.
Okay.
So we stayed with my blind grandfather. And I grew up in St. Andrew's AME Church, right there on the corner in front of Pat Grove.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we moved out of my grandfather's house after, and I'll tell you the story, I had an older brother named Charlie. Charlie was an outstanding football track player at Sarasota High. My brother was killed on a motorcycle accident when he was 15. And he was destined to the pros. He was DRC in the making.
Okay.
Same build, same height, same 40 time, all of that. And they once did an article, The Ghost of Charlie, with Dominique out of New York. And so I always used to tell me, you remind me of my older brother. I was 7 years old when he was killed. And from there, you know, a lot of people, you know, that's little Charlie.
Yeah.
And so I grew up in the shadows of that, and then we moved to Bradenton. We got our own home in Bradenton, in Kingston Estates, and went to Bradenton Middle. Then I went to Southeast, where I played football, basketball, and baseball.
Wait, hold on. Let's stop right there.
Yeah.
Southeast, baby.
Wait, now, hold on.
Southeast, baby.
You just listed 3 different things now.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to go back just a tad bit when you talk about your brother Charlie.
Okay.
Right. And you say you were 7 years old when, unfortunately, that happened on the motorcycle accident. As you were coming through the ranks of being a young man and teenager and so forth, how did that play with your psyche? Just when people would call you little Charlie, or did it play with your psyche? Because some kids don't want to be up under their dad. They hate when they say, you know, little real deal or little Charlie. How did that make you feel as an athlete yourself?
Well, I embraced it. I tell you, because even though I was living in Palmetto before we moved to Bradenton, I was playing Sarasota Ring the Redskin football. So I would travel to Sarasota to play Redskin football on the same team that my brother played on by the same coach that coached my brother.
Who was that coach? Who remember?
Andy Smith.
Okay.
Smitty. And
Okay.
our name, our team was Seminoles.
Okay.
And so I was on that team. And so I grew up playing football in Sarasota. And then once we moved to Bradenton, and then I went to Southeast, I even played 9th grade. I still played my last year because I got a late birthday. I played Redskin football. But in the 10th grade, I started playing football at Southeast, and I played football, basketball, and baseball. All 3 sports.
So I mean, of those 3 sports, you probably loved one. You probably played the other one better, right? So what was that?
I probably was a better football player than all, but I chose basketball. And then again, I probably was a better baseball player than football as well. And it got to time when I was at Southeast, and being honest, that Southeast wasn't known for football.
Okay.
My senior year, Coach Paul Meckley got the football job.
Okay.
Going into my senior year, and he got it by default. They had hired someone else, and then Coach Meckley was on the staff, and then the guy left, and they gave the job, which was the best thing that the school could have ever done.
Okay.
At that time, and Paul brought a program in. When I was a senior, I didn't play football my junior, senior year. I just played basketball and baseball.
Okay.
Because I just kind of, fell out of love of football because it wasn't the best football program
Right.
at Southeast. But when Paul took it over, it took off.
Okay.
It really took off.
Okay.
And I always think about if I woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
But I was playing all three sports, and I was one of the few that was doing that in the school.
Yeah.
What was this you played in football, Crow?
I was at my sophomore year. I played quarterback,
Oh, okay.
but I was a running back. I played anywhere, cornerback, wide. I played anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So what it sounds like to me, Green, is that we looking at a superstar. If we say play all three sports, he could play any position on the football field. Was it the same way in basketball?
yeah.
You was a
played
point guard though,
I was a
right?
point and two. Yeah, but I can play. I mean, I was back then. It wasn't no social media. Recruiting wasn't as prevalent as today. And my junior year, the girls won the state. They went like 32-0.
Okay.
And at one time we were like 17 and 3 and ranked like 4 in the state, the boys team. But and we had 10 seniors, and me and Scotty White were the only juniors on the team. So my junior year, we had we were loaded. Okay. But we ended up we were in the tough district with Tampa Catholic, Tampa Jesuit. We're over there. And then my senior year was the first year that we got into the district with St. Pete, Gibbs, St. Pete High, and those schools. We had a 10-team district.
Okay.
And having 10 seniors my junior year to having a lot of underclassmen my senior year, we were supposed not to win 2 in the game, but we were 17 and 8 my senior year, and I led the county in scoring.
Okay.
And I averaged 17-9, and there was no 3-pointers.
Okay.
Oh, see?
Okay.
And you were shooting from out there. You were shooting from out there, Crow?
Yeah, I was shooting pretty deep. Yeah.
Crow, the way you say that though, I mean, you really say that like you real confident, like.
I was. I don't mean to be, arrogant or bragging, but I was Coach Clemens said, he always said people didn't really know how good a talent you were. And out of high school, I was really going to Florida A&M to play baseball. But at the last moment, Coach Harry Canam came over and offered me a scholarship to stay home to play for Manatee Junior College at the time, now State College of Florida.
So let me ask you this, because that's very interesting to me. The fact that once again you kind of did what you kind of enjoyed doing, the love of basketball, right? What factored into that decision? Did you solely as a teenage kid, make that decision by yourself, or was there somebody that was there to kind of say, okay, you probably should do this or whatever?
I didn't have that. I had parents, my mother and the father were parents that, as long as I stayed out of trouble, I never got suspended from school, didn't have the great grades. I mean, that was my biggest thing. I didn't have grades, but I didn't get in trouble. I stayed playing. I was always playing something, and if I would have had the guys, I probably should have played baseball. And I brought something else for you. I want to pass this to you. I'm here now.
Man, Lord. There you go.
I want you to get that there.
Let me see.
Get up, man. Yeah, and give one to Reggie. Give one to Reggie too. You give one, yeah. And what that article says.
Well, this boy.
See what's going on here, man.
This boy put out pamphlets.
So what that article says.
The thing say the Seminole who does it all.
Who does it all. And you can't read it, but I can put it up.
Y'all can see that there?
Yeah.
The Seminole who does it all.
Yeah, the Seminole who does it all. Yeah, I was pretty decent as an athlete. And also, in that article, it talks about how I was nominated for McDonald's All-American high school basketball.
Hold on, I gotta look at this a little bit closer, brother. You gave me this little black and white paper. I'm finna pull this up on my computer
you know
right
what?
here, baby.
But you know what, Crow, I'm going to tell you, I remember, Crow, didn't you play for the Nine Devils, Crow?
You have to play for the Nine Devils
Man.
as well.
I remember that. Real. You don't know what the Nine Devils is, real.
No, tell me about Nine Devils.
That's like, what, Crow, that was like a
semi-pro baseball
semi-pro baseball, man.
Uh-huh.
Crow was pitching. When you a pitcher, Crow?
I played it all. Pitch, shortstop.
Yeah. At McKetney Field. We used to go to the game.
Uh-huh.
We used to go to the game.
So
Here we go right here. Come here. All right.
oh, I got it right here.
Yeah,
I
come
got
here,
it right
man.
here too.
What's that?
I got the same article right here.
You did? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now you see the article. Now read in the article.
He talking about, hey,
Can you read it?
hey,
Oh,
look
I
here.
can read, Crow.
And what it says?
Hey, look.
His stats was good enough for him to be what? Nominated for what?
Hold on, I gotta find out where it's at. What paragraph, Crow? God dog.
Real. I told Crow.
Uh-huh.
I told Crow, man, we ain't finna be up here reading all these doggone accolades, man. Gonna be here 5 days, man.
But, I just want to, get the record straight.
Well, and truth be told,
The truth be told.
And truth be told.
And that's when they gave me the plaque at McDonald's.
So-
I'm just.
I didn't know it was a McDonald's All-American going on back then.
That's the first year of it.
That was back in 81.
82.
82, 82, 82,
82. That was the first year.
82.
Yeah, and they gave me the reward in McDonald's.
Put that in front of the camera, bro.
So-
Put that in front of the camera.
You know how it go that way.
So, Crow, you got a nominated for
I
McDonald's?
got nominated for
Yeah.
McDonald's All-American.
Yeah.
But, I averaged, and there was no three-pointers back then. I averaged 17-9. Off a team that, the year before that, we were at 10 seniors. So my senior year was a rebuilding year, supposed to be.
Absolutely.
We still won 17 games.
Gotcha.
In a new conference over in St. Pete with Martin Teal and all the boys. We had some competition. Yeah, but we made it to the Final Four, too.
Okay.
In the district.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
them
it's
Teal
interesting.
boys, boy.
It's interesting because see, you ended up teaming back up with Martin Till
Yes, I did.
at MCC.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So you said Coach Canan. Coach Harry Canan is,
Yeah.
that family is kind of known in the Manatee County area for being in school districts and having their play, especially in athletics. But Coach Harry Canan was your head coach at MCC. He offered you a scholarship. You came. Did Till come in with you
Me
that
and Till
year?
came at the same time. Uh-huh.
Okay. And I believe Till became an All-American guy as well.
Martin Teal was the first junior college basketball player to be at an Olympic tryout. And he also was back-to-back state MVP. And we made it to the our freshman year. We won more games and still the school record. We won more games in the single season with 29 wins. Not only did we have Martin Teal, we had Floyd McPherson.
Floyd, big Floyd, baby.
Floyd Smooth McPherson was him and Martin was the two leading scorers.
Okay.
But Martin was took a lot of shots.
Okay.
If Floyd take 13 shots, he made 11. And
Well, he was efficient.
Oh yeah, Floyd was that dude.
So, Crow, you was a point guard?
I was the point guard. Yeah, I was the point guard in my freshman year. At the beginning of the season, I wasn't getting a whole lot of playing time.
Yeah.
Well, in January, about 3 or 4 of them flunked off the team. I went from 12th man, I went from about 13th man to 6th man. I went from getting about 3 minutes of playing time to getting about 30 minutes of playing time.
Absolutely.
And made it and I took on that. I mean, and like I said, we made it to the final game in the state tournament. We lost to go to the national to a team that we had beat twice already.
Now let's just put this in perspective. Junior college back then, and I wasn't. So Florida's my uncle.
Okay.
And I wasn't privy to be able to see him play, but I just always heard the stories. I can't quite remember that. But when I was coming up, I remember the Lancers and MCC having that basketball program, and it was a pretty strong program. When you got there, the whole league in a whole, how competitive was that league?
Oh man, it's Florida Junior College was Region 8. It's called. It's one of the toughest regions there is in junior college. this in Texas and up in Kansas City. To come out of Florida, the Region 8, you had to be a tough player. We had players like Yvonne Joseph, Martin Till. Like I said, Martin Till scored 42 or 44 points in the state. And like I said, there was no 3-pointers when we played. And we had to play day in and day out. We had to play. And like I said, we had Reggie Lee from Sarasota. We had Zola Williams. We had some good talent locally, and we had some people from St. Petersburg besides Martin, Stanley Huckleberg, Darren 6'9" Clark. It was some good players during my time, and even before me. Right. And so, but we had to play. But we all got along. We all got along.
You guys end up winning state in what, 82?
83, 84.
83.
No, I'm sorry. 84, 85.
84, 85.
I was gone. That's the year I left.
That's the year you left.
Yeah, me and Martin were sophomores, and then they won it the year after me and Martin left.
So tell me what happened, because you guys were gearing up for the playoffs, and Coach Canan made some lineup changes. Where he shifted you from the point guard to the shooting guard, I would say, off guard. Till got shifted to a forward, and everybody kind of got bumped a little bit, and to bring in Hubert Thomas.
I'm
sorry.
You did your homework.
Oh, he gonna do that now.
Yeah.
He gonna do that.
So, what was that whole plan, Coach? Why did Coach Canan do that?
I think because the first game of the season we lost. And I was the point. And when Hubert came into the ball game, we see it was a better flow. Okay. And then they want to use my scoring more.
Okay.
And end up, I led the team in scoring that year. Even though Martin averaged 17-1, I averaged like 17-3, but Martin averaged like 18, 19 rebounds a game.
Gotcha.
And he was like so. Coach Cena, and we went with a smaller lineup because Martin was a 6'4", 6'5", can play any position. He can guard anybody, and he had a heart of a lion. And so I think that was really why Coach made that switch. Okay. Because he used me more as a scorer.
Okay.
That boy was that 6'4", averaging 18 rebounds, bro.
Yeah.
And scoring 17 a game.
Yeah. And there was no 3-pointers. There was 3-pointer. Because all the Martin's balls came from farther than when I shot. And Martin ain't seen a shot he ain't like yet.
Gotcha.
And he had the green light. He had the green light. So
who was the most dynamic player you played with or against during that time frame?
In junior college? Martin. My teammate. He was tough. I mean, he wasn't gonna lose, and he wasn't the most athletic person, but he just had a it about himself that he wasn't gonna lose, and he was not gonna let nobody beat him either. Yeah. And that's how he played like that. He played like that. I mean, he gonna get every rebound. He gonna make every big play. He gonna take every big play. Right. And that was just who he was.
Sure, I played against his brother, Bill. He was he was legit too, real.
Okay.
Shoot, my senior year, he was a sophomore. He was probably averaging about 25 as a sophomore. They beat us in the district championship. Yeah, man.
So that Till family was
family. And they say they had a sister. They had a sister that was good.
Yeah, Maria. Maria's real good.
Yeah, they had a sister that was
all
good,
all
man.
the brothers and sisters were good.
So you end up leaving MCC, and you went on to where? Weber. Okay. To play basketball? All right. So you did 2 years at MCC, went on to play, finish up at Weber. How did you finish up? How did your career finish up there?
I went to Weber, and I transferred there because I didn't have grades at a Manatee. I was a D1 prospect, but ain't had D1 grades. So I suffered, and but I had to go to a NAIA program. And Weber was one that we had played Weber in a scrimmage game my freshman year at Manatee. And we had beat the mess out of them. I mean, we had beat them by about 50. And so the next year, my sophomore year, Harry said, "Guys, we got Weber coming over tonight in a scrimmage." And and me and Till, we returners. We're like, "I'm sorry, we gonna beat the brakes off them."
Because y'all had just beat them the year before?
Yeah. and we got to, lo and behold, we got to the game. They were all black. They in our gym with jump ropes. They were 6'7", 6'8", 6'9".
My Weber?
Yes.
So they weren't all black before?
They were no at all. They had but maybe one. They had a coaching change. They bought a guy by the name of Nick Creola, came down from Jamestown Community College out of New York. And he bought like 8, 9 of his boys with him from New York. And that was his team. And we won a quarter, they won a quarter. And after the game, I remember Nick saying, "Hey, guy, if you don't go, we would love to have you." And I didn't think nothing of it because I just didn't. And but every game I was looking in the stands, and Weber would be in the stands because Coach Cadan had already told him you probably need to keep your eye on that one because academically he's not going to make it to a D1 school.
Gotcha.
And so
Gotcha.
Weber did their homework and they stuck around and I ended up going to Weber. And I tell you, to be with some of the greatest basketball players at that level, I made it to NAIA Nationals where there was Dennis Rodman, Sadell Threets. We were my first year we were 32 and 4. Went to Hawaii, beat Chaminade. We won 4 games over there.
Yeah.
We beat Hawaii Chaminade, Hawaii Pacific. I mean, it was good basketball on that. And I played with some guys. I played with a guy by the name of Carl Jeter out of Clearwater. Was a phenomenal guy, and he passed away about 5 years ago. But he was that dude, and he came from Jamestown Community College, but he was from Clearwater, and so I played with some real good talent. I really did, and I really had a great 2 years, 32 and 4. Then my last year 29 and 29 and 1.
Y'all was balling, boy.
Yeah.
So they L3, real. You don't know that. You don't know him, do you, real?
Who is it?
Sadell Three,
Sadell Three.
Philadelphia 76ers.
No.
Old school basketball player,
West
real.
Virginia, either NAIA,
Yes,
West
sir.
Virginia, Westland.
Okay.
Boy, you shoot that
Scottie
thing too,
Pippen,
boy.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman, all those guys was during my time.
Okay. So all right. That that's why I say, man. That's why I say we really got to put some respect on this because I already knew just by a little bit that I was reading, and then you verifying different things and also explaining it that you had a heck of a career, and I don't think you get as much praise from this town as maybe you should. And just knowing that you went on and did some other things, which we about to get into, right? So you end up finishing up at Weber. How did coaching start for you? Did coaching start immediately after Weber?
After Weber, I came home. I had to play 4 years of college basketball. I came home to work at Tropicana. And I never forget, I was there, and I told the young lady who married Sheila's daughter, her son, Sheila's daughter's son, who just married.
You talking about Raw?
Yeah, Rob's mom.
Oh, you talking about Miss Jackie?
We were working at Tropicana.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I'm going back to school. I can't do this here. And
What, you was in the box plant?
man, I was hitting the thing, and 6 things come down. You put it in there, and you squirt it. And, man, I'm like, no, I can't do this here. I can't do this for a living. I'm going back to school. And I did, and I ended up transferring to Edward Waters. I had just to get my degree because Edward Waters was my church school. I'm AME. And so I ended up transferring because my mama said, you going to go to school. Because Weber had dropped men's basketball because of the president had a notion that he wanted to put the school on the map. And the year before I got there, they won national championship small college. Then when I got there, they went NAIA, and we went to the national. And the president, he said, that's what he wanted to do, to put the school on the map. And he dropped it, and then my coach left and took a job down at Barry. And so, I was basically kind of left out. I could have went back there to Weber and got my degree, but I chose to go to make the best decision I've ever made. Like going to Edward Waters. Yeah, that's the best decision I ever made.
So did you ever hear? You heard about Edward Waters before that? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we played when I was at Weber. We played them. They're in my first year. They were in our conference.
Okay.
For basketball.
Okay.
And we played home and away.
Okay.
And Bobby Parrish was on the team. Who was my roommate, who was the first person when I got there was who I met. Okay. We played. That's a true story. We played Edward Waters, and they came to Weber, and they left their uniforms. We put them in our uniforms. Because you won't go about the jacket.
You're gonna have to play this.
You're gonna play them. Yeah. And like I said, we beat about 144 to about 79. We beat the brakes off them in our uniform. But from that, when I transferred, Bobby, when I drove in the parking lot, and they came out, the students came out. Hey man, you need some help? Yeah, and I said okay, all right. And they said, man, and Bobby said, hey man, you played that well, didn't you? I said, yeah. I said, what you doing here? And so I said, man, they dropped the program. I'm here. And Bobby was a Sigma. And from that, put my stuff down and went over to the frat house. And that next semester, I played Sigma.
Well,
what year that was, bro? What year that was?
87.
87.
87.
87, baby.
Well, you said it was the best decision you made, right?
Uh-huh.
We're going to find that out right after this commercial. Why you say it's the best thing you ever did.
Hey, this is God Barber from the podcast Troof Be Told, man. Hey, man, we appreciate all the support and all the subscribers, man, but we still want more people to subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Hey, look, man, listen. I want to recognize this award, man. It's our first official award from the Palmetto Boys and Girls Club, man. We appreciate the kids. We appreciate the director of the Boys Club and all the love we getting so far from the city, man. Keep the love coming, and we going to keep coming with our podcast. Hey, man, let's get back to Crow, baby.
All right, Crow. So we back. Crow says
You got a video of me, huh?
that this was the best decision that he ever made. All right. Well, one thing about that decision, it led you to where you are today.
Absolutely.
It kind of jump started, and just understanding this. Number one, how old were you, Crow, when you got back to EWC? EWC.
20.
Back in 87.
No, I got in 86 after Weber. So I was 21. 21
years old.
20 years old, yeah.
Man, you could have been. I mean, Green. 21 years old, right?
21.
21 years old. I don't even know if I can look at you as a coach, man. Like,
But I wasn't a coach.
He wasn't a coach then.
oh,
Nah. He just going to
went back
school.
to school.
He went back to school.
I was still 3 years from graduating from college because all I was doing is taking classes just to be eligible.
gotcha.
When I got there with Waters, I had to be a student, and I had 1 year to play another sport,
Okay.
and I played baseball.
Yeah.
And I was first team all conference, EIAC, and I was invited to the Chicago White Sox for extended spring training. So I got a little for the Chicago White Sox. They came down. Preston Douglas was the scout that came and got me, and I came to Sarasota and went to extended spring training for about a month, and then they decided we looking for something else a little younger. Because in baseball, they look when the boys 15, 16, 17.
Right.
And at that time, I was probably about 22 years old.
Okay.
And so I went back there with Waters, and I finished my degree.
You playing shortstop, right?
I was playing outfield then.
Outfield then.
Yeah.
Okay. All
and
right.
then and after graduation, I was still on campus. When I was there, I was a student assistant basketball coach. And I had recruited
Okay.
Dion Mathis.
Okay, Dion Mathis. Yes, sir. That's one of Southeast.
No,
Manatee.
But he in the Pal
He
Metro.
went to
Wait, he
Manatee
was on
first.
South, he
No.
was-
He went to Manatee first. Then he transferred to Pal Metro.
Ray Allen.
Okay.
Ray Allen.
Okay.
Rest in peace, my boy Ray.
Okay.
And I was student assistant. And then when I became the head coach, Coach Lucas had resigned.
Yep.
They had hired Leon Bimbo. Leon Bimbo played for the Chicago Bulls, and he played at Jacksonville University with Artis Gilmore.
Yes.
Leon accepted the position, and then in August, just before school started, he turned the job down. I was 24 years old at the time, right out of college, and I applied for the job, and they gave me the job, making $16,500 a year.
But see, before that, see, I played 1 year
With Lucas?
with Lucas.
I got you there too then.
Yeah.
That before. Oh, so I didn't know. I thought you could get.
Yeah, I played 1 year with Lucas. See, I was your first recruit when you became the head coach.
Right.
But Lucas Crow introduced me to Edward Waters College when I was getting out of Southeast.
Right.
I never even knew of the school. You know?
And if I'm not mistaken, when you came along, Crow, they maybe won 4 games in 3 years.
Yes.
Right?
It was about 4 and about 2 or 3 about 4 because they had some time. They had some. Coach Lucas had some good years, but about the last 2 years, I think that's when they kind of
Yeah.
Shifted.
Because it wasn't no good year with me. My freshman year.
Well. So,
Boy,
Crow,
we're gonna talk. Yeah.
so no, we gonna talk about this right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because see, in season 4 of Troof Be Told, we had a discussion about
Yes.
EWC basketball. And Green being a player, there was a question. Brian asked, "Ain't there a little bit of history, between you and Crow, right?" So what I want to do is I want to go back a little bit to season 4.
Gotcha.
Play a small clip.
Gotcha.
Then we're gonna get back to it.
Gotcha.
Boy, this boy.
When Crow recruited me, I played for a coach named Coach Lucas. All right, then Crow took over like the next year and became the head coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Crow, man. Yeah.
Y'all won the national championships, anything?
No, he wasn't on that championship. It wasn't none of that. None of that. We didn't do a damn thing, to be honest with you. To be honest with y'all, we didn't do a damn thing. But it paid for my school, man.
Whatever it is, okay, man.
Paid for my school now. It really
This is the
paid
way
for-
he said it, man. I'm not.
It paid for my school, now. And it wasn't no NBA after that either. It was none of that.
Wait, Green.
None of that, brother. None of that. No disrespect to Crow. I mean, that's my boy. That's my boy now.
That kind of sounds disrespectful.
No.
Either wait, no, hold on, bump that man. Either Crow a bad coach or y'all some bad players.
I'm not gonna say Crow was a bad coach. I'm not gonna say we was bad players. But at some time throughout the season, I don't think the players or Crow didn't give a hell.
Boy,
So
All right.
man.
Crow.
Yes.
Listen.
Great Green. I asked the question. Because your first year, y'all went 1 and 20 something.
1 and 24, to be exact.
So I asked the man himself. I said, "Listen, was y'all either some bad players or was Crow a bad coach?"
Right, and that's great. That's a great question. Now, I'm going to explain that. All right, you and I, all right, going out to eat. So I want you to follow me now.
I'll follow you, baby. I'll follow you. Oh, trust me. I'll follow you tonight. Yes, sir. Because you don't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You and I going out to eat, and you got $50 in your pocket, and I got $10 in my pocket, and we going to get something to eat. Who gonna get the better meal? Talk to him. Follow with me. Who gonna get the better meal?
That $50 gonna get the better meal.
You gonna get the better meal?
Yeah, that $50 gonna get the better meal.
When I took over Edward Waters College men's basketball program, first of all, I took it over in August. The coach had took the job, and I took it over in August. There was not no time to recruit. I was dealing with the same players that had won maybe 2 or 3 games in 3 years that was on the team. I had no assistant coach.
Okay,
I had no athletic
right.
trainer.
Yes,
I
sir.
had no compliance person.
Yes.
I had no academic advisor. I had the $5 meal. I had the $10 meal. In athletics, or any kind of business that you run, to be successful, you need the University of Florida. The University of Florida football has a head coach, an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, a running back coach,
Yes.
a linebacker coach,
Yeah.
a defensive back coach,
Yeah.
a recruiter,
Yeah.
several.
Yeah.
We had at Edward Waters. We didn't have no trainer. I had Robert Powell, Burt, to help me take ankles my first year, which I got the job in August.
Yes, absolutely.
I had no time to recruit. All up, and I'm 24 years old.
Yes, absolutely.
And not
24.
Not assistant.
Yeah.
I'm making $16,500 a year. I was driving school buses on the side to help out. But I say that and I'll say it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, that next year I had opportunity to recruit.
Yes, sir.
We went from 1 and 24 to like 10 and like 16. Then that next year I did a little bit more recruiting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We go from 10 to 16 to like 16 and about 12.
Yeah.
And then with that, I recruited people like Mark Felton from the junior college. I would have got like 5 or 6 JUCO transfers.
Yeah.
And still ain't had no assistant coach. No pay. I mean, I had volunteer coaches.
Right.
We played the University of North Florida. Over in their gym. They were Division II. Second game in the school's history. We beat them on Martin Luther King Day in front of 10,000 people. We take the show to Tallahassee.
FAMU, baby.
To play FAMU. Lose the Division I FAMU.
About 1 point.
And double overtime. And double overtime. So each year, we got better.
Wait.
Hold on, hey, Crow.
No, we ain't listening to you.
No, let's go back to North Florida.
North Florida.
Hey,
Okay.
he forgot something now.
What?
The fight.
They real. Our mascot and they mascot got into a fight.
Yeah.
The tiger against the osprey.
Yeah.
We didn't know the fight was real until them heads come off.
Yeah.
So the head came off, but it was squaring up.
Yeah.
You had Negroes on this side of the arena and them other folks on that side. And our mascot and their mascot fighting.
Straight up.
Yeah, the heads came off real.
So Crow, I mean Green. Green. Come on.
and-
Green, I
but
think
see,
you're a little bit tough on Coach.
No.
Yeah, you was.
No. Y'all asked me a question, and I gave y'all the answer. But before Crow, I got to give you a little bit of history of me. I didn't even know anything about L. Waters. Crow introduced L. Waters to me, you know, when I was leaving out of Southeast.
Yeah.
Because I ain't had no other option
Right.
for academics and all that. The only option I think I had, it was a school called, I think, Paul Quinn. I think that was in Texas.
Texas.
But my mom was saying I was too far, and the only football option I had was a JUCO, Coffeyville Community College. My mom said I was too far. And Crow introduced me
So
L. Waters.
Right.
So when I got L. Waters, Coach Lucas was there. Now you got to, look, coming from Southeast, you know, playing up under Coach Carroll, you know, it was structure. Basketball structure, you know what I mean? It was structure. When I got L. Waters under Coach Reggie Lucas, I don't know what the hell that was. It wasn't, it was basketball, but it wasn't basketball. Because I can say it now, I didn't say it back then. He took the love of basketball out of me. He was, I mean, I don't know if he listening, but he can listen. I mean, that was back in the days.
Yeah.
I was 18, 19. I mean, we grown now.
Right.
He made me not even want to play basketball because the way he coached basketball was like, it was wild. It was wild, man. You know, it was like when I went to L. Waters under Coach Lucas, it was like, what the hell? And then when Crow got the job, I was like, oh, hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Because I knew Crow.
Got you.
You know,
Gotcha.
but Mr. Lucas, man, this cat, one quick story, then we get back to Crow. I'm tell you what kind of basketball he was running. He brought a broom to practice one day. A broom, like a sweeping broom, you know, them old broom with the wood, a broom to practice. And he said, hey, y'all know what this broom for? We was like, hell, I don't know what, sweep the floor? I mean, what? He said, y'all will find out in a minute what the broom for. You know, it ain't no thing, you know. So we doing layup line. And one of the guys in the layup line, my teammate, Mr. Layup, he told the man to come here. He told the man to turn around and got the broom reel and hit him in the butt with the broom. Hard. So now I'm next in line to lay the ball up.
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, I know damn well I got to make this layup because I ain't finna get hit by no broom. You know, it was stuff like that, man.
Bobby Knight stuff, right?
Yeah. It was, man, it was wild, man. We go out to eat. School give us money for food. We go to Wendy's, get bologna sandwiches. We got to make bologna sandwiches outside the bus.
Because of the funding.
Yeah. So it was like, you got to look. You got to look.
It's different.
You got to look where my mind was at. So when Crow got the head coaching job, basketball wasn't really my love like that no more. It was just something I was doing.
Okay, I got
something I was doing. So when y'all asked me the question about was Crow a good coach?
That's what you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my mind went back, and that's when I was like, man, look, it wasn't no national championship. It wasn't that. But see, Crow probably never knew that. I never. Back in them days, I wasn't talkative like that. Crow can attest to that.
Right.
You know, I didn't have the confidence I got now.
Gotcha.
If I had this confidence that I got now back then, it would probably have been hell, you know.
Right.
But the man upstairs said, "No, I agree. We're gonna wait till you get 53 years old,
Before
and then we'll let it out."
Gotcha. And Reggie and I had a whole lot of learning to do.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was 24 years old, straight out of college. I mean, and you know, my girlfriend was you know, she was in college, and now, you know, here I am coaching athletes who I just went to school with.
Yeah.
And so now I had to separate myself from them altogether.
Yeah.
Which I did, but you know, it's still they my home. They from Bradenton, and but I think that the good thing about all that, the people that came up from Bradenton, it had to be at least about 10 or 12 of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm most proud of they got their degrees.
Yeah.
And I can, they got their degrees.
Yeah.
And then even when I came back to Edward Waters, I came back to Bradenton. And Yari Smith and Danielle Jennings. I got some girls from Southeast and Purvis Golf and Trey Laws. Although they came up there and they got their degrees.
Yeah.
And it was and I mean that's the good of being a server.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it was the best thing to happen to me, because my first 2 schools used me for my talent. I got the Edward Waters. I became a person, a student, and I became liked. I had to be held accountable. I ain't have to do nothing. I ain't have to do no book work at Manatee and Weber.
Right.
Because I was putting up them numbers.
Right.
So I mean,
right. Gotcha.
and that's, you know how it is.
Yeah.
And I say that everybody had their life journey, and you have your testimony, and those days at Edward Waters made me the person who I am today. And I thank God for it. Even now, in my Christian walk, in my Christianity, I'm being more, I ain't old crow. I'm more like Stanley. But I can always reflect on what I've been through.
Right.
And those days at Edward Waters, man, I'm always cherished, and I'm always have memories of them. And when Terry and all those, and then join my fraternity.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, boy, this guy here.
Yeah.
Okay, like I say, I told Crow when I talked to him on the phone, I said, Crow, we're going to celebrate you.
Yeah.
So I got to celebrate him,
Yeah.
because even though, like I didn't have the grades like I should have had coming out of high school.
Right.
So Crow introduced me to Edward Waters, even though, back in the days when you say you're going to a black college,
Yeah.
amongst my peers, they felt like I wasn't going nowhere. It was a boys club staff. I ain't gonna say his name. I won't do that. He made me feel so bad one day, man. I was working at Bradenton Boys Club over the summer, and they asked me. They said, "Green, man, you in college? What school you go to?" And I said, "The Proud too." I said, "Well, I go to Edward Waters College, man. It's a black college in Jacksonville." And that cat told me, "Oh man, getting a degree from there is like getting one from the garbage department." Told me that. Boy, I crushed me.
Right.
Because it came from a guy we looked up to.
Right.
I didn't let him know it crushed me. I played it off by laughing.
Right.
And but I stayed because I promised my mom I was gonna get a degree. Even though Crow, I'm 53, Crow 59, but I still looked at Crow as an adult.
Right.
But Crow came up with us through the boys club.
Yeah.
I remember Crow from the boys club, and then ended up being my
Your
coach in college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I give a lot of credit to Crow,
Right.
education-wise, because he introduced me to that school,
Right.
and I finished that school.
Right.
So I give that credit to Crow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to celebrate him tonight, and we're gonna do that, man. And
Yeah. Well,
but hey, I was on the journey with Crow now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I was on the journey now.
I see that.
Well, I was on the journey now.
So
I got a lot of stuff, but I got some people telling me they want me to ask Crow this, so I'm gonna get all this out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it all out, boy.
So let me ask you this: when you hear Green say that, right, that the comment that he made after you previously just said you got a lot of guys that came through and they got their degree, how does that make you feel? Like
it's an honor. It really is, because I mean you said it, and that you don't hear it. People say give you flowers while you're living,
right?
And I don't look at it as that oh, look what I did. No, I was doing something to help And not only him, but and Dwayne Strong.
Yeah.
Man, he came and played baseball and got his degree, and then come back here to be the head baseball coach at Manatee High School. So we say that
He used to give me a ride home too.
Waters is like a garbage. No, but it taught me value. It taught me integrity. And it showed me a different side.
Right.
I met my wife.
Yeah.
There. I mean, it's been 34 years now. 18 married. That's not the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right.
And I say that in my coaching at that age, I was young. I was a lot of immaturity and a lot of things. But I think in 4 years, I mean, we moved the needle when it came to basketball, and then I was awarded to go. I took the job at Bethune-Cookman, and I'm gonna give you a little piece of history that you probably don't know about. You was at Florida in '95, weren't you?
I remember Mr. Bellamy coming through Florida playing out in the.
That was Billy Donovan's first game as a coach at UF.
Yeah.
They beat us 68-59.
Yeah.
We lost by 9 points.
Yeah.
Once again, you got this $50 meal, and in Cookman we giving out $15 a meal. Billy had him the head coach, 2 or 3 assistant, grad assistant. It was just me and Coach Tony Shields. And to be successful, I mean, you have to. But I got a little bit more meal money when I came to Cookman.
Yeah.
And it made
Made a difference.
Made a little difference.
Yeah.
And then that next week we went over to play the University of North Carolina Tar Heels up in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
So and I say that but coaching at Waters and those schools, man. And I shout out to my man Reggie Bellamy. That's one of my guys. I mean, he was my first Division I recruit from here.
Yeah.
And came and started every game when he got there. Undersized 4'5" man.
And he was
Bellamy,
playing.
baby.
Bellamy was playing.
Yeah.
Reggie had them goggles on.
Yeah.
Why you let Bellamy wear them goggles?
Why had them goggles on, baby?
And Bellamy, if you're looking at this, I just
had them
wanted
goggles on,
that's
baby.
what I remember. Why
Yes,
you
sir.
let Bellamy wear them goggles?
Why had them goggles on,
Bellamy
baby?
was a man amongst boys. He had the military experience,
Absolutely.
and we ain't bother Reggie.
Yeah.
I can tell you, we every time we get on the bus to go on a trip, Coach say, Bellamy got that cooler back there. Go check that cooler. I said, Coach, man, they got me some Mountain Dew in there. Come on, man. Reggie Bellamy gonna take a cooler full of Mountain Dew, and then that's what he had. That Mountain Dew. But nobody was out working.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, I remember he shot that air ball on national television in North Carolina, and he came in the next morning, and he went in that gym maybe like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning shooting free throws. And then one time I always tell the story. We was down in Long Beach State, California, and Reggie dunked on about 3 of them. And when he came down, he looked me right in my eyes. I said, "Ooh, oh boy, you did that thing.
You did that.
Yeah.
Bellamy, baby. Hey, real. I told you, basketball player got sweet tooth. Didn't I tell you that? though?
Yeah.
You said Reggie Bellamy, had to deal with them Mountain Dew.
Yeah. He had to. I mean, that's Mountain Dew. I mean, he was he's a Mountain Dew guy.
Let me ask you this: who, starting that young, who would you say was a mentor for you when you in the coaching realm? I know you meet a lot of people. Like, who was that person for you?
It started with Tony Shields.
Okay.
Tony Shields brought me down to Bethune-Cookman to be his top assistant, and then that's when I got introduced to going to Final Fours, and then that's when he started introducing me to all the other coaches around, the people like Glenn Cyprian, Paul Graham, Tony Harvey, and seeing the John Thompsons, the Leonard Hamiltons. I mean, so those guys were guys that were mentors. Josh Giles, Frank Burnell, I mean, the list goes on, and it's like a fraternity.
Yeah.
And you kind of, cling on those guys, and then you, Tony Shields, and he still is today, my mentor, my guy.
Tony Shields. Well, Crow, let's go. I'm sorry, real. Okay, let's go back to Edward Waters. Crow, your younger days when you was coaching, 25, 26, coaching us.
Yes.
Coaching us. Tell Reggie some of your good experiences and some of your bad experiences coaching us, dealing with us. Because he was by himself. Yeah. We had no assistant coach. It was just Crow. But one thing I can tell you about him, real, in my eyes, it wasn't no coach on no level that outdressed him.
Oh yeah.
That cat talking about he made $16,000 a year. You ever seen him dress?
Yeah. Okay.
Look like he made $16 million a year.
I got you.
I don't know where the hell Crow he's getting them suits from, but but the only coach I felt like back then might have outdressed Crow was the Lakers legendary coach, Pat Riley, boy. That's about the only one.
Okay.
So Crow, so go back to those days, Crow, from your coaching standpoint, coaching us, because I know you might have stories. I got stories from the player standpoint that you probably don't know about.
I remember we were in Barber, Scotia.
We
were in North Carolina, and we were playing against Barber, Scotia. And they had a one-sided gym, really. And had a little balcony up there. It was jam-packed. And they were beating the brakes off us, too, I think. And they think I knew somebody called a timeout. It was Green. He done called a timeout. I said, boy, what you call a timeout? You one of my timeouts. Come on, take that again. They were saying 22 shorts. 22 shorts. And he done called a timeout. Use my timeout.
Hey, real. The whole gym was saying 22 tight short. 22. See what happened? Okay. Crow and Bert, they'll lay out the uniforms in the locker room for the players. God. All right. So I must have went to the restroom or something, man. When I got back, I had the wrong size shorts. I said, dang, who got my shorts? Everybody dressed. Everybody finna get ready to go out. So I'm like, dang, who got my shorts? Man, I put them shorts on, man. It was so tight, man. So I didn't even want to play. I didn't want to play, man. And I don't know why Crow even put me in the game, man.
So one of my timeouts.
Hey, well, look, real.
Wait, was it the beginning of the game?
No, yes, it was. It was early in the game. I was at the scores table. They was already saying it. 22 tight shorts. I'm like, man, no way in the world I'm going to finish this game off, man. Man, oh, man. But hold on, Crow. Leading to that game.
Oh, my God.
Now, that whole day was messed up.
Yeah.
Because, see, just like Crow said, we dealing with $5 messing with air water.
Yeah.
Florida dealing with $50.
Yeah, I got
University of Florida.
Got you.
So we had to drive. We had vans.
Right.
EWC vans. All right. Crow was on one van. See, we always from players. Whoever on the van with Crow, those was the players that he favored.
Okay.
Even though I never had no issue with Crow.
Yeah.
But the guys that Crow didn't really favor, them the guys I hung with.
Okay.
So I was on the second bus.
Okay.
So we going to North Carolina. We falling behind Crow van. Crow van way up there. But we done called a flat.
Oh, yeah.
We done called a flat.
Okay.
His van kept going.
Didn't see him.
But he don't know.
He don't know.
Ain't no cell phone. We ain't got no cell phone.
No cell phone, nothing.
Nothing
So
like
we done called a flat, man. We on the side of the highway, man. We just, oh, man. So what Crow don't know, see, when Crow do something that they didn't like, I was to blame.
Yeah.
Because they used to be like, Green, man. So that's how y'all act from where you from? You know, Green, man. Y'all some green ass Negroes, you know, from Bradenton.
Right.
I used to get all the slack.
Right.
All the flack, I mean. So, yeah, we sitting. They gone, man.
So they don't blame Crow for y'all flat tire and him not coming back, basically.
Yeah, I'm getting beat down.
And it was fault. I remember. Yeah,
Man, the doggone, man, we out the, man, I'm telling you, man. We had players, what happened, we had players get off the van. They out there waving, like we hitchhiking. They out there waving cars down. And
Right.
so a state trooper came, pulled up and said, what's going on? I said, man, we know our tire flat. And he said, well, you guys play basketball? We like, yeah, we play for Edward's College. And he said, okay. He said, where's the coach? Oh, man. Oh, man, when he said that, man, I don't know who it was. I can't remember. Man, that MF left us, man. That MF left us, man. Man, oh, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But see, Crow didn't know about all that.
Right.
You know.
Right. Who was driving that bus?
It had to be Bert.
Okay, Bert. Okay,
It might have been Bert, man. But when we got to the game, Crow, the team he had on his van, they was already dressed out. We coming to the game already late. People already in there. And then I got tight shorts. Oh, man, it was a bad day, man. It was a bad day, man.
That's too funny, man.
It was a bad day, man.
So Crow, I mean that was
Man.
Would you say that's one of your top memorable moments?
Yeah. That was.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Because like I said, I didn't know that we.
Because there wasn't no cell phone. Like,
And I just know they was still behind us.
Right.
so when in your mind, Crow, you thought we was back there probably playing around.
Playing around.
So that's
I mean, and nobody said nothing. And nothing. And nobody on my van ain't said nothing. We ain't know they wouldn't.
Yeah.
What other van?
Right.
we back there broke down.
Oh my God, man, that's too funny.
Crow, what about, let me see if you remember this one. We was in Miami. We played Florida Memorial.
Oh, yeah.
We lost that game.
Yeah.
And Crow told us, he said, y'all know y'all ain't going out tonight. Ain't nobody going out tonight.
Nobody.
So just like Crow said, we dealing with $5.
Yeah.
University of Florida dealing with $50.
Yeah.
Crow told us the school didn't give us enough money to get a full meal. So, but we just thought Crow was just talking because we lost.
Yeah.
You know, he mad because we lost. But we pulled up the rallies. Rallies like checkers, you know.
Yeah, I know rallies.
And we pull up. Here it is now. Like I say, the crew that wasn't too crazy about Crow, they on me.
Right.
Hey, Green, man, this is what y'all do, Green, in your own town. Yeah, this how y'all feed people.
They swear that I was taking the money.
Oh man, hold up. Then Crow. Not only did we go to rallies, Crow get out the van and go to the front window. You know how you order your food from the window? Tell the manager they only got two options.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They either get a hamburger and a drink or 2 hamburgers and water.
Yes, sir.
And stood by the window to make sure that's what we ordered.
Yes, sir. That's what you
So
gonna get.
if you'd have said, man, give me a big brufel or get a cheeseburger, he was gonna lay you out. He was gonna lay you out.
Well, so that's interesting. So and you've been saying it. And
He was
that's
young.
one of the things about just working at especially back then, junior college or especially HBCU, where the funding wasn't necessary there. So you really had to, from personnel, other coaches, like you were really stretched really thin to make everything work.
And you had to make it, like I say, back then, I was by myself.
Yeah.
And I was 25 years old and trying to make it work. And then I just always remember Juanita, who was my right hand.
Juanita.
And she was my Desiree, my statistician.
Yeah.
She drove the bus. I mean, and still today, that's my right hand.
Right.
And they say, Juanita, you need to come on a trip, you know, and then sometimes I take my wife, which back then she was my girlfriend, and they swear when my wife come, we gonna eat good.
Right.
They used to love when she came on the trips.
We gonna eat that.
We
We good.
But, it was because I mean you had to if you didn't leave at a certain time they give you this. So you had to I had to juggle things around and back then I really wasn't doing no fundraising. I was basically with whatever the school was trying to give me.
Yeah.
And but we made it work and it got better. And better. Then we went from vans to, we started maybe having a chartered buses here and there because I came from programs.
Yeah.
I came from Manatee and I came from Weber.
Yeah.
So I knew how to run a program.
Yeah.
But then each year it got better and better. But then I think it really took off my coaching when I went to Bethune-Cookman.
That's awesome.
And been up under the tutelage of Tony Shields and some others.
So you've coached how many years?
I've coached probably over 35, 40 years of college athletics.
So you went from coaching and then you ultimately got into being an athletic director over programs. So from just a sports program, now you're over all the whole school sports activities. And how long were you an athletic director or have been an athletic director?
I went back to Edward Waters in 2010 as associate athletic director. Then I became the athletic director, and I'm at Polk State College as their athletic director.
Okay.
And it's like full circle,
Yeah.
starting in junior college where it all started from,
Yeah.
to be now the athletic director at Polk State College. It's a great honor, and there still I've been blessed to always have good people surrounding me and good people to work for. I work for a guy by the name of Reggie Webb, who has 34 years at Polk State College, and he's a Bethune-Cookman graduate, HBCU, that took a chance and gave me a job, and I truly appreciate that him giving me the opportunity. But I'm a junior college guy. I'm a product of the junior college, and so to come back and you mentioned I was in the Hall of Fame at State College, but I'm also in the junior college Hall of Fame as a coach. And it ain't so much. I tell people it ain't just so much what I did as a player, but it's what I've done, collectively when it comes to athletics.
Absolutely.
Man, they gotta start celebrating Crow. See, Crow a Manatee County legend, man.
Yeah.
But his name don't come up.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
what I'm saying. Not
the
like it
reason his
should.
name don't
Not
come
like
up
it
because
should.
in Manatee County they feel like if you didn't go professional, they don't want to mention you about that. But if you look at his track record,
Yeah.
that's legendary.
It's beyond legendary.
Manatee County legendary.
I mean, you
And
don't
then
find
then like I ain't mean to cut you
No,
off,
go ahead.
but I don't know no other coach in Manatee County that became a college basketball coach at the age of 25.
No. I can't speak.
I'm talking
on
about
that.
college now.
Yeah, I can't speak on that, and that's a great point. And also, Crow, let me ask you this: when you went back to be athletic director at EWC, were you in a position where you couldn't find a softball coach that led to you being the softball coach, or how did that work out?
We had hired a young lady, and then we had to let her go.
Okay.
And I saw opportunity for me to get more money. And I said, well, I'll be the assistant, because I was the assistant AD at the time when I took over the girls. And I said, well, I'll coach the softball, and then I will be the assistant AD. And that gave me some more money on my salary.
Gotcha.
And being a baseball player,
Yeah.
I just recruited JUCO girls. I recruited the other color.
Yeah.
And we were HBCU nominee for Team of the Year. We were 34-13 one year. First NAIA national tournament appearance.
Yeah.
So and I took it kind of like I do it, but then I kind of I liked it.
Yeah.
Because coaching girls is so much different than guys.
Yeah.
And girls are really they don't get a whole lot of talk back, but they
got their own little ways.
Got their own little ways. They're gonna be on practice.
Yeah.
They're gonna come on time, and that was the difference. Guys, I had a lot of knuckleheads, and then them girls they gonna get them grades. They gonna get them grades. And like I said, I came down Braden and Laurie Smith and Danielle. They played they really weren't no softball players.
Mm-hmm.
But I found a way
To get
to
them
get him out there.
get
That's
them on
awesome.
get them on that team.
Yeah.
You've been doing it, man.
Get them on, so they can get their degree.
That's awesome.
And one thing else about Crow too, man. See, Crow got a it factor about him.
Yeah.
You know, you really can't teach that.
Mm-hmm.
See, Crow know how to get things done with nothing.
Right. Right.
But when he get it done, you just feel like he had a whole lot to
Right.
get it done. But he just got that it factor, man. Crow just seem like whatever he touch, it's gonna come alive.
Right. Right.
You know, he always been like that. You know, he always, in my eyesight, he always been, you know, when I was coming up from, you know, younger days, I was in Avondale. I stayed in Avondale. And it was guys who used to look up to. Crow used to be in Avondale with Troy Hamilton, Bryce, and all that. And them guys had that it factor. You know, we used to be on the balcony saying, boy, one day, boy, we want to be like them boys there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because they had the look, they had the clothes,
Yeah.
and they had the women. It was like, boy, that's
That's how I want to be.
yeah, because I didn't have a father figure.
Yeah.
So we don't have a father figure. You start looking at guys that was older than you and try to
Yeah.
you know, mimic what they do.
Right.
You know, 'cause Crow always had that it factor, man. Like I say, real, he might not have much to spend, but if you look at him,
He got it.
what?
Hey, there it is.
He can't tell me he made $16,000 at Air Water. But he was driving around in a Miata. How much that Miata cost?
Yeah.
We had a candy red Miata. And when he come on campus, it looked like he was making $16 million.
Yeah.
You know, a Mazda Miata, man.
Yeah.
Little red little car, two-seater.
Yeah.
Crow around the thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he just had that it factor about him, man. And that's who Crow is. He always been that it guy.
Well,
You know?
Well, and speaking of that, because we got to close out just a little bit, but you've one of the things that you've already done was come back and give back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
You've been very consistent with doing that. Why is that so important to you?
When I was growing up and coming, I had parents that you know, I had lost a brother, and I was a baby boy. And my parents, I remember me going to the basketball camp up in the Poconos. And at Southeast, we took a group of us to the Poconos in Philadelphia. Then I went to the University of Florida basketball. So I could afford it. But I always said if I get an opportunity to come back, I'm going to start the Stanley Cromartie nonprofit basketball camp. And we did. And then once Dominique became in the league, I said, you know, let him. And so we changed the name to Dominique DRC and let him take it on, and he has. We didn't do it this past summer, but it's like 28 years in running. And kids look for that. They look for that free basketball camp, and because you know I know it's tough. And now today's I mean, going to the University of Florida basketball camp,
Yeah.
you come out your pocket.
Yeah.
And so we try to do a 3-day camp and do some drills and stuff and make a kid, and you never know. Dominique is back here now with his 707, him and Ace Sanders. I mean that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
And I salute to him. They just took a group to Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean that's huge.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, giving back. And I truly like to give back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and to the people that don't know who we talking about, Dominique Rogers Cromartie, 12-year NFL veteran. This is the father, Stanley Cromartie. So let's stay right here. Your son Dominique, first round draft pick in the NFL. I know how Dominique felt probably. How did you feel, Crow, to see your son that you raised up? And obviously his athletic ability came from Crow. He heard all his accolades. So how did you feel, Crow, when Dominique got his name called 16th pick, man, in the first round? As a father, man, what was your mind, Crow?
Well, I want to say this too. Melissa was a good athlete.
She was
too.
a good.
Oh yeah. Hey, Melissa, please forgive me, Melissa. I know we Rogers projects to the bone, Melissa. Softball legend in back in the day. Yes, sir, Melissa. I'm down with you, Melissa.
But no, I mean, whenever your children do something like that, I mean, it was refreshing. It was because he worked. I mean, I was there when he worked, and he was just not gonna let. We got a motto, and I tell my daughter Kiera, nobody outworks the Cromartie. And that's what I always tell Dominique. I say when the Coach Bodie Wilson, you be the first one with the water fountain. You be the last one to leave practice. I mean, you got to outwork. And I take true story. Him going to the combine. I mean, it was a gift because Mike Jenkins at the time was rated the #1 cornerback coming out.
Coming out of South Florida, yeah.
And Mike decided not to go to the combine. Not the combine, but the Senior Bowl. So Dominique took his spot at the Senior Bowl, and that's where it all. Because Dominique went into the Senior Bowl. They probably say he might be a 7th, 8th round draft pick, and going to the Senior Bowl and doing what he did at the Senior Bowl, and he went from a 7th, 8th rounder to a first rounder. Yeah. Wow. And that's all the credit to him because he worked hard. He worked, and he's a good kid. He's a good kid. He has a lot of his traits of his daddy because he's funny.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's funny now. He's funny.
He's funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
But he's another like to give. He like to serve.
Well, Crow man. Before we end, Green likes to do something, but before he does do that, this area is known for sports. This kind of what we do here in this city, this town. You've been known amongst the college and junior and the community college, and that ranks in that aspect of Hall of Fame. Do you ever wonder how it would be to come back home and get in that area of doing something for home when it comes down to coaching or athletic director or anything like that? Do you have any inspiration to come back home?
You like I always say, on the animated movie The Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. And truly, I would love to come back home and pour seeds in the very community that made me the person I am today. And if opportunity ever can come about that I can come back home and be a servant, I will truly take it. It just all depends. Right now, I mean, I love Polk State College. I got a wonderful boss, but you always think about what ifs,
right?
And what ifs, and I got grandchildren that's coming up. Dominique is about to build a home in Parish. He's doing the community, so it's always a what if.
Yeah.
It's always a what if.
That sounds good to me.
Tell you, but jack of all trades right here, man. You know, one thing we didn't cover either, man, with Crow. Like I say, he got that it factor.
Right.
So for the first time, this past December.
Oh yeah.
Crow and who? Cube, what? Pat Carnegie and George Woody. They came up with the Decades Reunion.
Yeah.
From class of 80 to the 90s.
Yeah.
Boy, it was a blast, boy.
Yeah.
It was.
It was a blast, man. It was a blast, man.
It was the decades for what now?
From the 80. It should have been, well, it was supposed to be from 80 to 90, right?
80. It was 80 to 90, but 80 to 89. But I added the class of 90.
Yeah.
So that plus one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus one.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, see.
Well, I don't know how I got in there, but
Yeah.
Man, y'all,
we invited everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
I got snuck in there.
Yeah. We didn't want we didn't want just.
Yeah.
We had to be a cutoff. But,
Had to be a cutoff.
We're doing it again this year in December. So stay tuned for more information. I know it was great. I mean, because we did it because people are tired of coming home seeing
Yeah.
people in the casket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's you know, time out. You know, and
Yeah.
life is short. Life
Yeah.
is short. Life is short.
Well, that was amazing though. That was an amazing event.
I'm trying to
I
tell you,
thoroughly,
boy.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was
Yeah,
grown folks
man.
style. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
we hung out, man.
people
We hung out,
It
man.
was good seeing everybody in one little spot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
man, Green, you right, man. That was
I'm
that
trying
was
to tell
big.
you, man.
That was huge.
He
So,
got the it factor, man.
Yeah, so I hope that
Yeah.
continues.
Yeah, man.
Well, Green, go ahead and give
Man,
me
look, Crow, I'm gonna tell you, Crow. This is what I always say, man, with this podcast. You know, everybody can talk, but everybody don't tell the truth. Yeah. And tonight we told the truth. Like I said, I want to celebrate you, you know, because you mean a whole lot to me as far as my college career. I got a college degree, because this man introduced Edward Waters College to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and just to be, Crow been a part of my life all the way from boys club up until now. You know, and I just want to celebrate him, because Crow is a legend,
Right.
Manatee County legend.
Right.
Crow doing stuff for this county. A lot of cats who got money that don't do.
Right.
If you give Crow some of the money that some of these people got, boy, Manatee County probably would be like Atlanta. You know,
They're trying to make it
yeah,
like
man, yeah, man. But Crow just got the it factor, man, and I want to let you know, Crow, Juanita, Dad, Bert, Boogie, Kurt, everybody watching tonight, man. Everybody really want to see you on Troof Be Told. I'm glad you came. But it's so many stories we could say, but we ain't got all that time. Me and Crow be up to midnight.
Yeah.
You know, y'all got to go to sleep, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, y'all got to go to sleep, man. So, Crow, we appreciate you coming through, man. And it was my fault that took it so long. You know, you can put the sign back up. Go ahead and put the sign back up, man. And what took y'all so long, man? See one thing too. See, Crow think he's bigger than the world too now. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Crow, you got, before we close this thing out, man, you got any shout outs you want to give before we close out?
No,
Anybody?
I mean, I guess, you know, always, you know, to the EWC family, all the family that was watching, definitely to my lovely wife, if she's watching, I gave her she's out in Dallas right now, so
Doretta!
watching, but no, this has been great. You guys, like I said earlier, you guys are doing a tremendous job with this. This is great. Keep it going. May God to bless you guys with this, and if you ever need me, you know, I'm always a phone call away.
Appreciate
Man,
that.
we gotta get Crow as a little guest on the show, man. We have a little subjects and stuff going on, real. When we have our backyard hangout.
If that's something that you
Crow got some East Side stories, man.
If you're around
See,
town.
we ain't get to the East Side. We ain't get to the East
yeah.
Braden Pool and all that.
So what he said,
In the
sometimes,
park, man.
Sometimes, you know, we may not have a guest, and we may do little segments and talk about different topics, current events type things. So maybe one day, if you do have that little
See,
bit
he
of
ain't talk
time,
about his. He ain't talk about his Kingston homeboys and all that, them, man.
It'll be all right.
See, we can go deep, man. We go
Well,
deep.
listen, man. Listen, this has truly been a blessing to Troof Be Told, and I hope you guys enjoyed this interview tonight. Next week we'll be back in the shop. With another guest. We just hope that you don't forget us and tune in. Make sure you subscribe too.
Hit that subscribe button, y'all.
subscription button, you know what I'm saying? So we
trying to get 1,000, y'all.
Yeah, we it's almost there, Green.
We almost there?
It's almost there, big dog. So also, man, just tune in. Keep an eye on us. You know, things happening these times, man. People like Crow was saying, man. You want to make sure we celebrate people when they're here.
Yeah.
You just never know. Seems like every time we turn around, somebody's passing. So we appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And like my boy say, you guys used to say EWC?
You.
We out, man.
We out, baby.
Truth, really, that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic. This truth be told, only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal in the God Barber. I hope that you ready, keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told, let's go.